In this video, I take you behind the scenes of a 5-day airline pilot trip. I do my best to land the Boeing 767, and we go back to some cities domestically that I haven't been to in forever. As always, if you want to come along for the ride, buckle up and let's go fly. Beautiful people, welcome back to another video. If you're new here, my name is Pete. Some call me Pilot Pete. And in today's video, we have a 5-day airline pilot trip. We got layovers in JFK, Richmond, Salt Lake City, and Minneapolis, Minnesota. But we're currently in Memphis. The trip started a couple days ago in JFK. So let me take you back there where it all started. And as always, if you want to come along for the ride, buckle up, let's go fly. Well, folks, we're starting the trip off at a familiar place. We're at JFK. Bright and early, springtime is upon us, even though the weather is not saying that. It's currently feels like temperature, 19 degrees. I'm freezing. Just waiting to get a ride out to the airport. We got these vans that kind of bring us. We can't go really anywhere here in JFK without an escort. I already talked about the last video how I think that's silly. And each airport has individual rules, but one of the dumbest rules in my opinion. But I digress. Captain got to the airplane early and he actually texted me while I was waiting in security. He goes, hey, took care of the walk around. So it's pretty rare for Pilot Pete not to have to do a walk around, but I'm not going to complain. I've walked around enough airplanes and enough 767s for the rest of my life. So if I don't have to ever do a walk around again, I'll be okay with that. But yeah, he took care of it and we'll just meet up in the flight deck. Brief the flight to Memphis. Looks like good weather, a couple of ice clouds here and there, but it's more down towards the Chicago area, Midwest area because of the snowstorm they got a couple days ago. So first leg, we got a bunch of layovers, a bunch of flights this trip. First leg will be to Memphis. I'll probably be pilot monitoring, see what the captain says, and it'll be just over 3 hours to Memphis because we got a winter headwind, even though it's mid-March. Windy as heck, freezing, no walk around, no complaints here. All right, it's gonna be my leg to Memphis, just over 3 hours. Let's go fly. Well, folks, we safely landed in Memphis. We're here in the Mecca, Memphis, specifically the PF, Planet Fitness. Well, landed, put my workout gear on, straight to the gym. We're not stopping anytime soon. Today's a pull day, so just a little bit back. Now we're doing some biceps, finish with some abs. When I landed, I had 4 hours and 50 minutes until my next flight, which is to Richmond, Virginia. Haven't been there in a minute. Been there a couple times with my current company. Small runway there. Flown with his captain before, so that'll be a good trip, but gonna get my workout in, everything I need to do, grab my car. It was funny, the captain I just flew with, first time flying with him, great guy. We were just chit-chatting, smooth flight here to Memphis. And he's like, hey, you did a really good job on that approach. Landed. He didn't give me a score. I didn't ask him for one, but self-critique 8.3 out of 10. So we're increasing. And I just told him jokingly, I was like, yeah, I've been in Bali for the last couple of weeks and my landing scores haven't been the best. So I'm glad I gave you a good one. So no, all good flight. And then kill a couple hours we got, get some food, feeling good. Body's feeling nice. It's freezing in Memphis though. There's a cold spell going on pretty much east of the Mississippi. It's freezing cold. I don't know if Memphis is east of the Mississippi. I should know that, but I don't. Sue me. Sorry, guys. Freezing in New York, freezing here in Memphis. Richmond's supposed to be a little bit chilly, but this time I packed accordingly. I didn't pick the wrong Richmond, like Richmond, Aruba. I only packed shorts and a short sleeve. I got a sweatshirt, pants. So we'll be good to go for this trip. I just put them bookers in my chain. Pickable 80 pointers like a Kobe game. Pickable 762s, I make them plain. Pickable popping out, you better smell my name. All right, guys, just getting a workout here in Memphis, Tennessee, the non-negotiable workout. And my good friend who you just met, Daniel, stopped me in the locker room. And because it was my height, right?
He was tall.
I was tall, so he stopped me, we started chatting. And Daniel has a very interesting story, though. If you wouldn't mind sharing a little bit about yourself.
I did 6 years in the Marine Corps, 2 tours. I ended up getting hurt by second deployment. I fell out of a helo, paralyzed for 3 years, and I had My whole right leg shattered.
Crazy. So I just want to say thank you so much for your service. You fell out of the helicopter?
Yeah, it was dumb, but I was young and dumb, you know?
Well, I don't want to interrupt too much. I just want to say, guys, if you don't mind, I want to get lunch on me today.
Oh.
So for the 4 of you guys, that's cool.
Yeah.
I just want to say thank you so much and everything you're doing.
You want me to get a picture all together?
Would love that. Would absolutely love that. So that video is not going to make tons of sense, but quick shout out to Daniel, aka Lucky. Yeah, he told me a story in the locker room how he served with the Marines and his legs, he can't play basketball anymore. I think it was titanium rods he had in his legs. So just wanted to give him a quick shout out and say thank you for his service. And the thing that struck me even more was him and his friend there, Daniel, were helping out 2 of their new friends who are special needs young adults. Malik and Tariq were their names. And just seeing young guys like Daniel and Daniel giving back in their community, I don't know, just inspired me. There's good in this world, you know, there's great people out there, and shout out to them. They were the ones who struck out the conversation because of my height in the locker room. They had a little basketball that they were holding for their 2 friends there. So it was awesome to get to meet them. And then when we were just talking at the end there, Daniel Lucky, he was the one, he actually told me one of the reasons he's given back, it's helping him to keep his mind off of the fact that he recently lost his daughter, who was only, I think, 11 years old. So comments below, guys, just say, tell Daniel Lucky, thank you for your service and that you're praying for him, because yeah, I never met someone who has so much hardship that was just so positive. It was just really nice to see, especially here in Memphis when you don't see that all that often. God is great. He works in mysterious ways. Praying for you, Lucky, praying for your daughter. May she rest in peace. And again, thanks for saying hi. Thanks for all you guys do, and I hope you enjoy lunch. Beautiful people from the ramp in Memphis, cold in southern parts of the states. Got our Whole Foods lunch, pre-flight of the 767. Got an extra like 30 or 40 minutes in the hub because the sort is basically where all those packages go in our huge facility, gets sorted out from all the cities and then back onto loaders, back onto the plane, and then blasted off to the other cities. The sort was about 45-ish late, so we don't have to head out to the airplane until it's getting started to load. So they just started loading, hopefully be out of here in the next 45 to an hour. One jump seater flying to Richmond, flown with his captain a bunch, nice guy. And he said he's going to take us to Richmond to start the trip. Beautiful 767. And yeah, feeling blessed. Today was a good day. I mean, day's not over, but it was a good afternoon. Again, just meeting good people. I got to start talking to more people on my trips that are outside the aviation world that just bring light into this world. So that was a good part. And something pretty sweet just happened. I end up getting to work 1 trip, but paid for 2 trips. Once we land in Richmond and get to the hotel, I'll explain exactly what I mean by that. And it's just one of the ways pilots kind of make more money than they do just flying their normal lines. That's enough blabbering for now. Let's get out of cold Memphis and go fly to cold Richmond, Virginia. Made it to Richmond, Virginia. One of the runways is closed here in Richmond for a while, so they're down to 1 runway operations. Landed the longer one, runway 34. Your boy's turn to fly. Captain asked me if I wanted to take it. I said, you know what? I always fly into Memphis. I rarely fly to Richmond. It's been a long time. So yeah, I do want to take it. So we did, and got the visual to 34. I'm in a groove, folks. When you're in a groove, you're in a groove. Groove mentally, physically, flyingly, we are doing well. So ran 3-4, there's a halfway down the runway is an exit for Charlie. Otherwise, for taxiway Charlie, if you miss it, it's a longer taxi. We set brakes to 4, had the touchdown 1,000 footers. It was just a left from right crosswind, put in the rudder, beautiful touchdown. When you're hot, you're hot. We're gonna go with a 9.0 out of 10 on the dot. Anything over a 9 gets you a little over 9 dance from Double P. And it's currently 8:15. I'm starving. On the way here, I asked chat, give me 3 healthy places to eat on my layover in downtown Richmond. They hit me with Chopped, which I've been to, salad place, pretty good option. Some place that was way too far for $8 8 o'clock because it's bedtime. And then a place called Native Kitchen, I think it's called. Asian fusion, veggies, protein, stir fry. So we'll hit that up. Could be worse for you. Definitely not the most healthiest thing probably, but there's definitely worse options out there. So I'm always trying to look for best possible options when I'm in places. And then I got this bed. What is this? It's definitely not a king bed, but there's no two beds. So I think it's just a queen trying to act like a king. So that's a bummer, but it's all right. Like I said, we're in a good mood. Change out of the pilot uniform, put on some sweats. Cold in Richmond. It's cold freaking everywhere. Today, I just realized St. Patrick's Day. Happy St. Patty's Day to everyone who celebrates. Everybody's a little bit Irish on St. Patrick's Day. Time for dinner. So I came to a place called Native Plate. I guess it's like Asian fusion. So we got the Dan noodles and some crispy wings. Probably a little bit too much for 8:45, 9 o'clock being bedtime, but oh well. When in Richmond, right? When in Richmond. Way too much food, and honestly, not that good. Definitely wasn't that healthy. A lot of oils. You just taste and feel the oils. It wasn't bad, just wasn't my cup of tea. It's funny though. I don't know if you guys ever heard of this new device. I see the ads a bunch on social media. It's called the Brick. It's basically just this little brick, like yay big, and the whole purpose of it is to block you from using certain apps, whether it's email, text, your phone in general, social media, which is probably 95% of our issues nowadays, at least mine. I shouldn't speak for everyone, but definitely mine. Scrolling and just aimlessly looking. I blocked all social media from 9 p.m. to 9 a.m. and I can't access it. You know how on the iPhone at least you can set time limits? I have those, but as we all know, you can just ignore and keep going. So one of the things that I feel like I need to do better on and stop wasting so much time on is social media. So obviously I post, and I'm going to continue to post content, but that mindless scrolling right before bed, especially when I could be reading or diving deeper into the Bible or just resting and like relaxing or falling asleep earlier. So I use this brick. It's actually with SJ, so I have no access to it whatsoever. When you're locked out, you're locked out. Like the only way to get back in during those times is like doing a tap to pay, like a brick tap to pay on the physical brick. But since I'm in Richmond and the brick is with her, I have no choice but to not have social media. But I'll survive. It's just a funny little thing. Sony actually got 2 of them as like a little PR package. So if you're interested in one, let us know. Maybe we'll ship it to you or look into it as an investment yourself because there's no workaround with it. So anyway, going to bed, almost 9 o'clock here, and I got to wake up at 6:15 tomorrow. So I'll see you guys in the morning. Richmond, Virginia. Good morning from the Richmond, Virginia ramp. Just waiting to get taken out to the airplane here a couple minutes early, but I realized I didn't tell you guys about how I'm double dipping and my whole schedule changed and I'm working the same amount but being paid more. So here's a look at my week schedule. Started with a deadhead on Monday to JFK. On Tuesday morning, operated JFK to Memphis. Then afternoon, operated to Richmond. About to operate back to Memphis today, Wednesday, the 18th. Little break in Memphis. And then this is where I'm getting the double pay. So I actually originally was scheduled to fly to Omaha, and that was going to leave this afternoon, but a pilot at my company messaged me. He's like a office pilot. He works admin work, and he needs to get 3 takeoffs and landings every 90 days. So he messaged me and asked me if he could PDO bump me from my trip, which I'll explain in a second. So I was supposed to go to Omaha, and he asked if he could PDO bump me, which stands for per diem only. So basically they bump you off the flight, you still get paid for it, they operate the flight, and they only get paid the per diem, which is, I don't even know what our per diem is, a couple bucks an hour. So essentially you keep the money, you don't have to fly the flight, and it's a win-win. So I had that gap in my schedule essentially right here. It was supposed to go to Omaha. He took it off my schedule. When anyone asks me if they can PDO bump, I always say yes, because I'd much rather get paid not to work than get paid to work. It's a no-brainer. So got a PDO bump from that flight, and then this popped up into open time, so I grabbed it, and now I'm gonna be going to Salt Lake, getting paid for this Salt Lake trip and also being paid for that Omaha trip. So that's exactly one way that airline pilots get paid more than just the flying hours they do. Is little things like this will happen every once in a while where you can kind of double dip. So double dipping, getting paid essentially for 2 flights, only operate 1. And then on Thursday, we come back to Memphis for our final trip, which is out to Minneapolis. Maybe a special guest here, maybe a special guest here. Stay tuned. And Friday will end in Memphis, and that will end the trip. Good morning, folks from Richmond. Just left the warm ramp office. Now we're at the cold outside. Pre-flight in the 767. Got a 7.5. We're flying Horsies, or Horsey, singular. As you guys know, unfortunately, I don't speak Horsanese, so I cannot show you, but we just passed it. It was over there in a big trailer, and then the handlers were just offloading it from the big, horse trailer truck that you guys see on the freeway onto our like special crates. They stay in these like, not crates, but like the boxes that we usually carry the boxes in, these big cans. They go in a special can that obviously is made for horses with the size and the straw and the hay and oats and berries and whatever the heck the horses do while we flying. But he's got a short flight today, or he or she, I have no idea. As the APU cranks up to me, just under 2 hours, 1 hour and like 55 minutes. Block that. Cat's gonna fly us. Sunrise is coming over the horizon. Freezing though, like this little breeze from the north that's hitting me in the cheeks and the hands. Freezing. Need warm weather now. We're all set to go, just waiting for the horse to be loaded. It's coming on now. We just saw the trailer go by and they're about to put it on the loader and get all set to go. We got our flight plan, we're all briefed, we got our fuel, and we're all set to go. Next stop is Memphis. Just telling the horsey to hurry up, hurry the heck up.
I should be downtown whipping on the way to you. You got something that belongs to me.
Made it safely back to Memphis. Horse said thank you for the nice flight. Wasn't too bad, pretty short. Headwind still, wintertime, when you're going flying from east to west, that wind's kind of pushing the face, so it makes every flight longer, which is gonna make my next flight double feel quite long, 3 hours and 26 minutes to Salt Lake here in a couple hours. But I gotta remember, I'm getting paid double time for it, so I can't complain too much. Short-ish sit here in Memphis, so I just got time. I had to pick one. I texted SJ. Should I go take care of my chores? I have a few things I need to do here in Memphis. Do I go for a run or do I lift legs? The boss said lift legs. It must be because she knows and thinks I have giraffe legs, so what she says goes. We're gonna head to the old PF, get a little leg workout in, and then I'm gonna grab lunch, probably some dinner, so that I can just eat on my flight to Salt Lake. By the time we land, it's like 7:30 local, which will be like 9:30 East Coast time. So I'll be starving and hungry, so I'll try to take care of 2 meals. So we'll enjoy our little sit here, and we'll see you guys on the ramp here in a little bit. Good afternoon, folks, from the 767 right engine nacelle. We just pre-flighted. Blake is her name today. We're heading out to Salt Lake City, Utah. It'll be 3 hours and 56 minutes of the headwind. Captain said, hey, we were going over the flight plan. In our flight plan, it says how many landings each of us have. We're going to stay current. He goes, look, you have less landings, your choice, which we love when a captain gives good old FOs a choice of which one they want to do. So I said, you know what? I haven't flown to Salt Lake in a while. I'll take it. It's a beautiful day across the country. It's windy here, so we're taking off the 1-8, leaving Memphis. 1-8 left closed, so we'll take off 1-8 right since we're going to the west. I don't go to the west coast that often. I don't know if Salt Lake's considered west coast, but you get what I'm trying to say. 1-8's right, blast off, make a right turn, head north, westbound towards Salt Lake. 37,000 feet is the cruising altitude, although we are a little bit heavy. We got over 100,000 pounds of cargo, and then Salt Lake is always a fun airport to fly into. For me, mountainous, high density altitude. It's warm, it's high, it's hot. So you kind of got to be on your A game a little bit more than the normal Memphis or Newark, for me at least. So it'll be fun to see. Stay tuned for the landing grading. See you in Salt Lake City. Beautiful Salt Lake City. What a fun approach into the mountains. Your boy did a nice job. Now it's time to head to the downtown hotel. I'm not her and she's not me. from the city of lakes of salt. Salt Lake City, Utah. We're downtown. It's a beautiful day. It's funny, out of all the layovers I have on this trip, JFK, Richmond, Virginia, Memphis, Minneapolis, and Salt Lake, I personally would not have guessed that Salt Lake is the warmest. I don't know why. When I think Salt Lake City, Utah, I think cold, but it's been freezing everywhere else and it's like 77 degrees. So I'm gonna put some shorts on and go for a little walk, catch a little bit more vitamin D before the end of my day. Had my dinner on board, Scooby Snacks, had a beef stick in there, so I ate that. And then I brought dinner with me from Whole Foods. Good flight, 3 hours and 40-ish minutes. Got some directs. Directs just mean ATC. Instead of making you fly all those little waypoints, just clears you direct to a fix. So they cleared us direct to Helper for the arrival, which connects right into the ILS. For 3-4 right, we were cleared visual because as you can see, there's not a cloud in the sky. And the difference with Salt Lake is it's a high density altitude airport. It sits at like 4,500 feet above sea level. And with the temperature being warm, about 80 degrees, like I was saying, that means the atmospheric pressure, density altitude is high, which means the engines don't perform as well, the flight controls don't perform as well. It's a long way of saying the pilots have to be aware of that, have to round out and flare a little bit sooner, have to decrease power a little bit slower, and landed, like I said, runway 34 right. We're gonna go with a 9.4, which means I gotta dance, because anything over a 9, you gotta get the Pilot Pete celebratory dance. 9.4, we're on a hot streak, folks. Ooh, ooh, we're on a hot streak. So yeah, 9.4, great landing, and then a short layover here, only about, I don't know, I think it's like 11 hours. So I'm gonna try to stay on East Coast time. That says 8:42 body clock East Coast time. So like I said, had dinner on the plane, gonna go for a little walk, and then hopefully don't get too much dessert or any dessert and go to bed. Hey, love. Good morning, beautiful people. Dark here in Salt Lake City, Utah. Just pre-flighted to 767. Next stop is to Memphis. We're doing the Memphis day hub turns all week, as you could probably tell. Got a bunch of airplanes, as you can probably see their taxi lights coming into land. That's runway 16 right. So that's where we're gonna be departing, which is nice. And then even better news is right when we show up to the airplane, frickin' the lady who let us in was like, you guys are all loaded. So nothing better than getting to the jet an hour and a half early. It's all loaded, ready to go. So that means we're just gonna do our pre-flight clearance and then blast out of here. We do have an engine out procedure for 16 right, and that's because of all these mountains. Salt Lake's in the valley. I showed them to you guys when we landed, but you can't see them now at nighttime. So we'll brief the engine out. It's basically just stay in the valley. They don't want you turning left or right because there's high mountains everywhere. So you just make sure to stay in the valley, go out, turn kind of like over the lake, and you're departing 16, come back and pretty much hold and or land or have a plan of some sort. So ours will be to come back to Salt Lake since we got a base here, plenty of runways, plenty of options and plenty of gas to do it. Just under 3 hours. I think it was like 2:45 was the takeoff to touchdown time. I apologize. I said we were going 37,000 feet on the way to Salt Lake. That wouldn't make sense because we're going westbound. We're at 36,000 feet today. We're not too heavy, but it'll be a quick taxi, quick flight, hopefully. Tailwind pushing us to Memphis. Give us more time to hang out. Let's go fly.
Bother you come mind your business. I belong to nobody, try not to disturb. Mind my business. You ask for me, you ask for me. Don't see me, that's what I'm saying.
We're in Memphis, specifically Cancer Survivor Park, I believe it's called. Beautiful day, starting to warm up. There's a little golf course right here. Don't tell anyone. That sign says no trespassing, golfers only. We're gonna go for a little run. I don't see any golfers. I don't see any harm in it. I'm a nice guy. I'm not gonna bite. I'm not gonna steal your golf ball. So sorry, Memphis. I'm breaking the rule today. Going for a run around the golf course. We got a good flight from Salt Lake, 37,000 feet, smooth, a little bumpy on the descent, nothing too bad. Captain landed 36 left, taxiing to our gate, got a sleep room, and here we are. Most of you know I'm training for 2.5 marathons, a half marathon in Maui, Hawaii with my girlfriend at the end of April, then Chicago Marathon in October, and then the New York Marathon in November. So we definitely haven't been running as much as we've been lifting. So we're gonna try to start transitioning that kind of split there. We're gonna start doing more runs, less lifts, but today's a run day. I only have about 3.5 hours before my show, now down to like 3 hours before we head to Mini. So quick run, just a couple miles, nothing on the training plan. Just wanna move the body, soak up some vitamin D. I'll be in gonna tube most of the day today, and then we'll get back after it. All right, we took care of our run. We got our non-negotiable done. We got some food, and now we're taking the beautiful 767 out to Minneapolis, MSP, directly north, short-ish flight, about an hour and 55 minutes. I'll be pilot monitoring. Captain asked me which one I wanted to take since the last leg of the trip is tomorrow. I said, let me control my own destiny. Let me fly the last one home. They didn't let me take it to Memphis tomorrow. So we're just finishing up loading. Beautiful sunny day. Time to head to Indianapolis. Let's go fly.
In the city, maybe you should drive a Yukon. Pick up whenever you call. In the parking lot in Tucson. Are you with me? In the phantom with the roof gone.
From the Twin Cities, Minnesota, Minneapolis. Snow on the ground still. We don't love that for you Minnesotians. That kind of stinks. I thought we were done with that for the year, but otherwise, good flight, nice and short. Just under 2 hours, directly north, smooth ride. First time flying with his captain. He's a nice guy. So we just chit-chatted the whole time. I had my dinner from City Silo. Shout out to the Memphis folks for hooking me up with that recommendation. I'm doing lunch there, lunch somewhere in Memphis, and I usually get dinner and then eat on the plane right before descent, so I can stay on East Coast time. So almost 8 o'clock. Already had dinner. I am exhausted. This is a lot of work. The captain and I were literally just talking about, I'd much rather do like a transcon, the whole fly to Memphis, 4 or 5 hours on the ground, kind of feel like I'm rushing as far as showers, workouts, errands, food. It wears on me. I am literally pooped. I'm exhausted. So I'm not doing anything here in Minnie. The one person I do know, he's traveling, he's on vacation, so I'm not going to see him. And I'll put on March Madness. Welcome, Peter. Thank you so much, Mr. Hilton. And we'll get some sleep. Good morning. We just got to the Minneapolis ramp, and look what we have here. MSP ramp, all ice cream, $1. All your gifts go to Children's Hospital. We love that. I don't want any ice cream, but I will put a donation in the bin. It's too early for ice cream. So kudos to the MSP ramp for setting this up, and whoever made this possible. Smart on you. Giving back to the community. We love it. With good old ice cream. Good morning, beautiful people. Minneapolis, Minnesota. Just pre-flight the 767. We're a little bit delayed. I guess I don't have a loader here in Minnie, so it'll offload a few planes and we're gonna get out of here a little bit late, but that's all right. Sun's just rising. Just watched the 737 take off, and there is a UPS MD-11 that has all its green plugs in. They have decided to ground their airplanes. They're not going to fly them anymore. They made an announcement a couple of weeks ago. You can see they're kind of like stuffing the engines and stuff like that. I don't know, it's kind of hard to see, but I can see it right there. That airplane's retired forever. What will we do with ours? I don't know. They said they're going to fly them next month in April, but we shall see. Anyway, it's go home day. It's the last leg of the 5-day trip. I'm ready to be freaking done. It'll be my turn to fly us down to Memphis, Tennessee. Let's hope for a 9 or higher to finish off the trip. Next stop, Memphis. Greeting folks from Memphis, Tennessee. About half hour delayed out of Minneapolis, but finally pushed back. Super quick taxi. We actually were on a deadline. We're actually on a little bit of a deadline because Minneapolis airport has metering. Metering tells you when you can push back. Long story short, we're departing runway 17, which is the most west runway, I guess. They said, hey, it closes in 12 minutes, but luckily it's close to our ramp. The other taxi would have been like 15, 20 minutes long. This one was super quick. And we're like, yeah, we can make that. So thankfully, push crew did a good job. The rampers did a great job getting us back. And quick taxi to the runway 17, blasted off. Pretty much got direct to Memphis. Flew fast, flew safe, and then touchdown 18 left. The 18 right runway was decommissioned or closed. And I guess I have to do it, folks. I got to do a dance somehow. I don't know how I'm going to do this. Grab a water bottle, put my phone up because you already know what's coming. We got a 9.6 out of 10. A little gusty. And we were light, which is usually harder to land a lighter airplane, but man, I'm on a roll. I'm in a groove, folks. When you're in a groove, you're in a was a good way to end the trip. Tired though, ready to be done, ready to get out of the pilot uniform, enjoy the weekend. So as always, hope you enjoyed coming along for the ride. If you have any questions, hit me up on IG comments. I respond to all of them. Suggestions, drop them below. Love you guys, and we'll see you on the next video. Groove mentally, physically, flyingly, we are doing well.